When I arrived in the US in 1988, the first thing that stood out to me, besides the fact that, lots of cars, lots of nice cars, beautiful freeways, but what really stood out to me were the homeless in San Francisco. And it crossed my mind that if people who were born in the US, they speak the language, some are educated, they're homeless, what will happen to me? And I'm here with no parents, no education, no money, don't speak the language. Why would I end up in a better situation than they have? Now, I was hoping when I arrived in the US, I would live in San Francisco, LA, maybe New York or Chicago, but I ended up in Modesto because my cousin lived in Modesto. For those of you who don't know Modesto, it is a small farming town in Central Valley in California. And it's not exactly what I had in mind when I thought about the US, but truly amazing people. I had 1 year of high school left and I had an amazing time. The students were so friendly, so nice. I just had a wonderful time, and frankly, I've always said it, that Americans are some of the kindest people on the planet. And so as somebody who had just arrived in this country with nothing, I felt that people welcome me with open arms. Young entrepreneurs often ask for advice from me, and what I tell them is, get yourself a mentor. And I say that because of the experience I had when I came to the US. I graduated from high school. Now think about it, I had come here as a refugee, child refugee, with no money, no parents. I had GPA 4.0 graduating from high school. I could have applied to any school I would have been accepted to. Stanford, Harvard, probably with scholarships. They would have accepted me. I did not apply. You know why? Because I did not know they existed. I did not know there's a school called Stanford only 60 miles away. And I did not know there was such a thing called scholarship that I could have applied for. If I had a mentor, that would have been of huge help to me. So what did I do? I went to Modesto Junior College, and which was probably okay also for me. I was able to pay my way through college, and then I ended up going to UC Davis as a pre-med. But then soon realized that medicine was not for me. I realized that I'm really an entrepreneur and I wanted to build businesses. And I had done a lot of entrepreneurial things all my life. But there was an experience that really caused me to truly understand that entrepreneurship was for me. And what that was, basically was that one day at UC Davis, I needed a job. So I went to the career center and I saw a job posting for something called AAA. And frankly, I thought I was applying for AAA insurance company. But then I got a call. When I applied, I got a call from this guy from a fraternity who said that you've applied for a job with us. I'd like to meet with you face to face. We met, and then as soon as we met, I realized that it was not AAA insurance company, but it was rather a company called AAA Student Painters. The only reason they had AAA at the beginning of their name was so they would show up at the top of all the names in the yellow pages. Otherwise, the company was really called Student Painters. But what was amazing about that company, which frankly actually had a bad reputation, was that they would allow a college student to learn how to run a business, almost in a lab. So they would hire college students, they would give them a license as a contractor to be able to do house painting. They would train these people, the college students, how to manage a franchise of the business in a town, how to market, how to hire people, how to hire painters, how to manage a job site, how to work with a paint store, and how to manage a job site to make a profit. So I went through that process and I ended up making $20,000 the first summer I did that. Out of about 150 managers in California, I became the rookie manager of the year. And then the following year, I had the opportunity to become a mentor to 10 other new recruits. And I love that because it allowed me to, during year one, to learn how to run a business, to make $20,000, which is amazing, but I ran my own business. I could have lost money if I wasn't profitable, but I was able to run a business and make money and run all aspects of a business. The second year, I had the opportunity to mentor others, to manage others, to hire them, to help them succeed. And that was even more interesting. And I did that until I graduated from UC Davis. And it was very clear to me that I was not going to go into medicine, and I wanted to become an entrepreneur. I knew that I'm driven by building businesses, and I did not think, if I'm so business-oriented, becoming a doctor would have been the right thing for me. I would have probably used medicine as a wrong tool for building a business, or the wrong kind of a business. So I'm glad that I changed directions and I stopped my path, and I decided to switch my path and go after entrepreneurship.